So, in continuation with our innovation in education discussion, today we will discuss one aspect of it, which is leadership and organizational development, because it is an important part of innovation. If you want to implement innovations in a sustained and organized manner, effective leadership is important, and one of the leadership approaches is systems thinking. So, in today's session, we will discuss what are the systems around us and how is systems thinking undertaken from a person in daily life to an organizational context where corporate leaders adopt and implement systems thinking. Then we will discuss few definitions, and finally we will wrap it this session with the need. What is the need for systems thinking? So you can see various pictures here of many kinds of systems around us. Many a times, even we are not even aware that these systems, they are so diverse that it can range from systems which we see in nature around us, like water or a solar system, water body, or the system where we all did this in our school times, water cycle, how water evaporates, turns into clouds, and then comes back as rain, and which helps nourish trees and other life on earth. Then our body itself is a system because it is a collection of many organs which are working together in synchronous manner. Your school, university, workplace, any company, organizations, even the governments are all examples of various systems. So, what do we understand with the word system? It is a regularly interacting or interdependent group of items. So, this is the keyword, interdependent group of items. Uh, and a system is also much more than the sum of its parts. This means that the functioning of every part of a system depends on the efficiency of other parts. So it is an interconnected set of elements, and this is how it is explained in various scientific or social aspects also. So, what is systems thinking in terms of uh, leadership? So, Peter Senge in 2006 has explained the concept of systems thinking in his book, The Fifth Discipline, as a holistic approach to problem solving that considers both the system and its parts. This means that whenever we have uh, some plans to introduce new policies or some changes or modifications in our work settings, uh, one might be tempted to just focus on their own departments or the immediate. A teacher might just focus on their classroom, a subject head might just focus on their department, a school principal might focus just on their own school branch. But according to Peter Senge, this is a narrow approach to solving a problem or to implementing an initiative, because in the long run, success of any new program will depend on many other factors as well. So one part of the system is dependent on many other parts in order to perform to optimum level. So this is why a holistic approach to problem solving is important, because for a short while one might think that they have solved the problem, but if the other parts of the system are not taken into consideration, one might discover soon enough that the problem solving was only temporary and there might be new problems, or which might have been overlooked initially, or There may be problems in some other parts of the system, maybe not the immediate part which was under consideration, but in some other parts. So, systems thinking is a discipline for seeing wholes, a framework for viewing relationship over things in isolation, that means, and for seeing patterns of changes over isolated static events. So you can see here that it is problem solving is not linear in practical life. It is circular, that means one aspect of the system will impact the other aspects as well. Apart from that, there are a few more definitions which have been proposed by scholars and researchers. Dr. Mari Morganelli conceptualizes systems thinking as a holistic way to investigate factors and interactions that could contribute to a possible outcome. It's more of a mindset than a prescribed practice, and provides an understanding of how individuals can work together in different types of teams, and through that understanding create the best possible processes to accomplish just about anything. So it is a synergetic analytical skill used to improve the capability of identifying and understanding systems, so, and also predict their behaviors and then devise modifications to them to produce desired effects. So this was the interpretation which was put forward by Arnold and Wade. So you can see systems thinking uh, is a visionary leadership approach where you just don't focus on immediate problems at hand. You sort of foresee what can crop up in future as well, and you try to mitigate those barriers or those hurdles by putting in place mechanisms now only, and this is possible only through systems thinking. A force a leader with the foresight will oversee how, when they are trying to change one aspect or when they are trying to introduce one measure in their own immediate project, how it is going to impact other stakeholders, other uh, departments which are dependent on this particular one, and they will then holistically assess the whole project, collaborate with other people, ask for their expert opinions, and then put in place a mechanism to implement and monitor the policy or the new project in such a way that it does not cause harm to other stakeholders or it does not turn out to be a temporary solution. So we have already discussed why we need systems thinking, but there you can just follow this link and watch a beautiful YouTube video of how systems thinking was implemented in a particular community to solve weight issues, diseases, or health issues which community members were facing. So, this is an application in the context of a small sub-district or a community, and then you can follow this link to see how systems thinking is not a novel or a new approach. This has been practiced in various cultures and civilizations since ages. So now that you have a brief insight into what systems thinking is, maybe you can consider recalling instances in which you have applied systems thinking in your personal and professional endeavors. So for now, you can just chat with your colleagues around you and understand what kind of systems approach do they prefer in their workspace or in their personal life, and what are the some of the barriers which they face and how do they plan to overcome them. So this is a brief wrap up of what we have uh, discussed till now about systems thinking. It's holistic approach towards problem solving which will take into consideration the unintended consequences and therefore make informed decision making. So it also contributes towards resilience and sustainability, since the decisions which are taken will be worthwhile and sustainable in long term as well. So it is a holistic perspective to navigate complex problems, to improve planning and create sustainable solutions. So in our next lecture, we will be moving on to the next phase of systems thinking, where we will learn how to implement systems thinking in our own workplaces. Thank you.